Executive Order 13769, signed by Donald Trump January 27, 2017, was put in place in order to help stop threats of terrorism from entering the United States. This executive order prevented 8 countries from entering the United States. While 6 of them were primarily of Muslim origin, the media thus named this executive order the Muslim ban. While the order's intentions may be pure on the surface, it however neglects to see the fact that it is restricting people to enter the country based on their religion and prevents refugees from seeking help. Thus, the President Trump's Muslim ban did not take an appropriate way to address the national security threat. Now, to go over my first point, I want to talk about and discuss why refugees need help. Then I want to go over how these vetting processes can cause resentment in the communities of these nations that are barred. And finally, I'm going to go over what we should do. Now, first, according to an article from the ACLU, Wallhead states that the extreme vetting process put in place by the Trump Muslim ban causes there to be a very restricted and non accessible way for people to enter the United States seeking refuge. While vetting processes are important to make sure people who are undesirable in ways such as they are criminals or have malicious intent towards the country, other people actually seeking refuge or asylum need help getting away from some of these more war torn countries. Not allowing access to these people causes them to now have to stay put in an area where they are not safe. While the United States is a primarily more safe area than those countries, the way that we responded in turn basically shows that to these other countries that we are not willing to help them. And that is not a good way to respond to these other countries. We need, as a national leader and one of the top hegemons in the world, as the United States, must be able to put forward our best foot forward in order to help everybody else if we have the resources to do so. Now, because we are not helping these other people, it kind of puts us in a negative light. The United States is basically telling these refugees that they are not welcome here. According to an article from The Guardian, this extreme way of banning these 8 countries, which 6 of them are Muslim based, puts basically also detriment on the Muslim people in our society. Now, if you were able to see that part of your part of your religion and the people in it are not being allowed, it was kind of like persecution to you. This is not a good sign for our country and does not allow healing for these groups that have primarily dealt with a ton of discrimination. We all remember the events from 9/11, and that has harbored us a ton of resentment in the United States towards these Muslim and Middle Eastern communities. This leads the United States to be seen as not really welcoming, which in turn makes us seem like less desirable in the rest of the world's eyes, making it not really a good action on our part, saying that is the face that we want to put on our country. Now, a way that we can finally solve this is to try and send more humanitarian aid or other types of relief to these countries as well. This will help allow us to send aid over, and while if we have to keep the ban in place, this allows us a more positive way. If we were to bar it, we should probably send more aid over. Thank you.